Cyberninja Online, guys, and welcome back to a new game on my channel. This is Prison Architect. For those that don't know, it's a simulation type game. You basically build a prison, and I guess you would want to, the best way to put it is you'd want to build it up so that you can sell it and have more starting money for the next, because you only start with a limited amount. I think it's like 30 grand. So we're gonna jump into that. It's gonna be a male prison. I want to use the pacifier. I'll show you all the ones real quick. The warden, it's balanced. Lobbyist, halves the likelihood of receiving prisoners who are violent, lethal, volatile, deadly, or fighters. Rita, halves the likelihood of prisoners being stoical. I don't know what that word is. Or fearless. Prisoners are suppressed twice as quickly. Periwinkle gives guard dogs 50% chance to fully uncover any tunnels they detect. Pacifier reduces all overall temperature of your prison, make your inmates less likely to cause trouble. And then Safara here gets a small cut of the resale value of each piece of contraband found. Prisoners found with contraband will be fined directly from their savings. But yeah, like I said, we're just going to go to the pacifier. I'm going to start small and then hopefully make off some money and then go to medium and then large. Going to leave Fog of War on. I don't want forests. Don't want lakes. Don't want buildings. Don't want failure conditions. I do want gangs. I do want events, I think. Yeah. And then I want weather and temperature. Go ahead and click play. Now, right off the bat, this is the most important thing ever. The initial setup. Like I said, we start with 30 grand. And it doesn't, like, that's all we have for the time being. I can get more right off the bat here, which I'm going to. So right off the bat, I want to go reports, grants. Only do 2 grants at a time. We want basic detention center. And we'll go administration center. So pretty much is what I want to do is set up a very basic layout for my base. Well, for my prison. I'm thinking I don't want nothing huge. The bigger I make it, the more money I have to pay, and I gotta be careful with my money at this early stage of it, so I believe it's R. It is R. Excuse me. Shit, was that concrete or brick? I think it was concrete. If I know myself, it was probably concrete. So this is going to be the reception area, what I figured. So the prisoners will have to come through here to check in and get into our prison. Bunch of different ways I could do this, but the way I think I'm going to do this, I was thinking open concept. Make the whole outside basically like a yard. And then just fence it in. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do like an open concept prison. So like I'm just going to have fence all around my prison, not the whole perimeter, but my prison. And then I'll build the holding cell and the shower and the yard and all that as separate like buildings, and then we can go from there. So I think though, yeah, I don't want that. I think if I wait for it to be built, we'll neglect what I'm trying to do here. Alternatively, I could just go like this. So that'll be the holding cell. So this is like a temporary place for the prisoners. So we're gonna do there. Shit, I should look. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay. Had to check the current time. Anyways, though. This is a holding cell. So we're gonna basically work on all of these first, and then I'll go from there after. So I should have a shower. The shower doesn't have to be terribly huge right now either. But I don't want it tiny. Probably want the shower here, and then I'm gonna come over here and put the canteen here, and then the kitchen on the opposite side of the canteen, so it's close to the holding cell. I'll probably end up doing is making actual like a cell block or something down here. As for the administration center, I'm gonna kind of want to put it on the outside, probably also along with my power stations that I'm gonna need. So I think that's a good plan. Go ahead and 10 by 10. That makes it an 8 by 8 room in there. Let's go ahead and that. Now the canteen, I don't want to make it a small basic room, but we'll go a little bit bigger with the canteen. How about that? And then I want small kitchen is good enough. So that's going to be the canteen, the kitchen. I'm going to have a little hallway so they can just go back and forth. Obviously, it's going to have their own doors as well. So let's start with that. The game's on pause right now, so nothing's going to happen until I unpause it. Shit. I might have to throw up some concrete walls and use staff doors. If the trouble is, if I use jail doors here, they're gonna have to constantly be open and closed by guards unless I keep them locked open. But I don't want to do that. I could just have a guard station in here and he'll be close by to open and close the door. But if anything does go wrong, I think I'm gonna trust my gut on it and do what I think. So let's go ahead and put it on for now. While all this is happening, I can do other things for the time being. So first off, we're going to look at the staff. I have 8 workers so far, and that's it. No guards, no staff, no administrators, nothing. No prisoners so far. Intake. So we're going to get 8 in the first shipment. None available of those right now anyways. We'll take all available ones, so we're going to get 8 inmates. Jobs isn't important right now. Grants, they're basically like side quests, I guess is what you'd call them. Now the game has 3 different speed features. This game is really similar to RimWorld. I'm probably going to be playing on maybe this speed for most part. For now, I'm just going to kick it up. I should think about getting this underway. So let's go ahead and throw something in here. This is going to be reception. This is where all the prisoners are going to come when they're first intaked. It's basically what that is. So it needs an office desk, a table, and a chair to be complete. For all these rooms, I'm going to do the bare minimal for the time being, and then because I only have so much money, and then we'll go from there afterwards. throw the table there. I like that. This is going to be our hold and sell, so let's lay that out as the hold and sell. It needs to have a toilet and a bench. I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. So it needs a toilet and a bench. So let's go ahead and objects. Toilet. Where do I want the toilets? Let's go like that, and I'll throw the bench. Like that. What was this going to be? The showers. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to come back to a lot of these rooms and fix them up, obviously. So all this needs is a shower head to be considered an actual room. I'm going to throw more in there after, and I hit the wrong button. This is going to be my canteen. That's going to be my kitchen. And now that this is done, I was right, by the way. I did build this out of concrete. All of them? All of them. Cool. Where am I? Rooms. I need this to be the canteen. And for this to be the kitchen. Okay, so this room right here is going to end up being my power station, and then right next to it I'm going to have my what would you call it? My water pump station. We'll go like that for the time being. The prison's going to be tweaked as it goes. It's going to be far from complete anytime soon. Cool. Now let's go ahead and I made that out of brick. Shit. Well, let's continue the pattern. Need another room here. I was going to make the offices out of brick, but that's fine. Utilities. I got to be careful about my money here. Power station. Let's throw one of those capacitors down. Do get my water pump station, but we'll hold on to that for a second. Canteen needs a serving table, and a bench. I'm going to put the doors here like I planned. Where am I? Alright, and then kitchen needs cooker, fridge, and sink, and that's all I'm going to put in there for now. Power just came on, right on. I think that's the front of it. So we should get at least 2 guards and 2 cooks. 2 guards. 1, 2. Lastly, I need to have a yard. So what I'm gonna do, take the fence. It's hard to eyeball it. I hope that lined up, and it did. Cool. I'm gonna fence that off, make this yard, and then bam. And then what I'm gonna do from there, I'm gonna build outside the prison and then tear down the fence lastly, and then they can have that to roam around in and whatnot. Always make sure you do that. If you try to build, if you try to do what I do, make sure you you do it right, I guess. Did I make this one too big? I think I made them all one too big. Whatever. Okay, so next we want to get conduit into these rooms. Up this way. Across. Once that plugs in, I'm gonna need, yep. These are gonna both need to be directly connected to a electrical source. Same with the water. It's gonna need to be, there we go, directly connected. So far, so good. Trying to think if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am, though. I got that fence up, right on. Fence up. I hope I didn't have to rotate the fence. No, I can't anyways, okay. That's what I figured, but I wanted to make sure. Water's up, cool. We're still working on that. So let's go ahead and kick the speed up for a bit. And then I'll see what kind of money I have left to play around with. I'm going to have to do those offices first. So I'm going to need a warden and an accountant by the looks of things. But I want this to be finished first. This is like priority number 1. And the offices I'm going to probably throw up here. The only thing this game doesn't have is like background music or something. There's going to be ambient sounds, obviously. Like you can hear the workers working and the prisoners prisoning. No, I'm kidding. The prisoners, like, you know, rioting and doing everything. But if you guys think I should have some background music playing while we do this, I could try to find some like some background music for this. I think I have a few soundtracks on my off my Steam profile here of like FTL, like, what would you call it? Soundtrack, I guess the best word for it. But like I said, a whole bunch of soundtracks and stuff that I could probably just grab and have playing in the background. I need utilities, that's what I need. Go like that. That should light up all this. And now we have water. Okay, so slow it down for a second. Prisoners coming in 7 hours. 2 o'clock right now, so at 9. Yard is all we need. So let's go ahead and classify this as yard, and then that's done. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. 5x5 and secured behind a door. I believe. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say it should work. There's many doors. So yeah, let's go for that administration center now. These I do want out of brick. Offices. Should tell me here how small the offices can be. 4x4. It needs a desk, chair, filing cabinet, and it has to be indoors. That's hell small as hell. But technically that would be 4x4. Anyways. So let's go ahead and just a regular door there. One's gonna be for the warden, the other's gonna be for the accountant. Bureaucracy. And it's important to have these two people because it unlocks a lot of this stuff. Like, warden unlocks the regime. Finance is obviously the accountant. Programs is warden. Research. I'm trying to remember how to do research. I think it's through there. But anyways, you'll see. Emergencies, you hit this button. If you have, like, if you need paramedics, you call them. If you need riot, fire engine, you know. Planning is same thing. You can just pre-plan buildings, which is kind of useful. Anything else down here? Deployment we'll get later. Logistics we'll get later. Intelligence we'll get later. Quick build is self-explanatory. I do need to lay down some stuff out here, though. throw a table out here too. Cool. And they finished this, which is nice. I'm gonna have to connect it to the grid power, obviously, but that's nothing. What did I say, 6x6? I think that's what I had. That's way too... That's what I did. Okay. So it should be 6x5. There we go. That's why those buildings came out wonky. I didn't account for that extra... There's the door right there. The extra little bit there. Okay, so... Let's go to utilities. Let's go ahead and hook this up. He needs... What was it? Rooms. Let's go ahead and go... Office. Needs a desk, chair, and filing cabinet. Acquire his office. He'll get his office. 3 hours until our first batch of prisoners come. We're getting there slowly. So this is like a really, really, really basic prison, and I should put down another one of these. If you ever see yourself pushing power, always want to have it up where these basically just lower the stress on the power. Shit, you know what I didn't do? I need to get my water systems up and running, so might cost a fair bit, by the way. Now the difference between large pipe and small pipe is that large pipe can travel water, or can make water travel anywhere. The small pipe can only travel like 8 tiles or something like that before it loses water pressure, so. Now a lot of this stuff is new. I haven't played this game in a long time, so like I've never seen hot water pipe, I've never seen pipe valve, but with temperature I know you need to make some of these things accessible, so. Got his office. There's a picture here. Polaroid found 29 of 177. Get off my screen now. Anyways, we should make that second office, so go ahead and do that while everything pans out. It's gonna be the same design too. It's an office. It's supposed to be boring. I don't think I can hire the accountant just yet. Here is our first batch of prisoners, but before I start that, hold up. Okay. This is the prisoner screen, and we'll show you all the prisoners we have. Intake, I'll leave for a second. Jobs, no. Regime. This is one I want to look at, so thinking 9 to 4 should be their sleep time. Shower for a couple hours. This is for everyone, by the way. And they'll get breakfast for a couple hours. I don't have any need for work right now, so basically everything that's not laid out will be free time. It should be yard time. Let's make it yard time instead. Eat for a couple hours. More yard time, and then the rest can be free time until bedtime. Actually, no, I don't like that. Let's go like that. So, they wake up at 4, well 5, they shower, they eat, they have yard time, then they eat again, yard time, eat again, they have free time, and then they go to sleep. Seems pretty nice to me. And, excuse me, let's hire 2 more guards. Because I don't want to be understaffed here. Here's all of our prisoners. They line up. Bus leaves. And we're about to intake them. Just go ahead and kick it up to the medium speed. They have to be searched before they can be intaked, obviously. Take anything they have. You'll usually find something on them, too. Not all the time, but sometimes. Shit, I need solitary, too. I didn't even think about that. Okay, so, first bit of extensions here. I don't want to put it right up against. So that will allow me to throw a door in here, wall that off. No, it has to be bigger than that. By like 1. Yeah. That will be the solitary block. Well, so far so good. Doesn't look like anyone tried to sneak anything in here. So for the time being, I'm going to want to lock open that. Open that. I want all these doors locked open. Reception, not so much. I want reception to be closed, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Is that office complete? It is not. They're still working on the piping too, which is pretty bad. I should have been on top of that. That was kind of my fault. Deliveries is where you get your stock. Garbage is where obviously they remove stuff from. Pretty straightforward there. Okay, so gotta do this carefully. I'm gonna destroy all this. I think I did it right. Yeah. Remove all that fencing. Throw an entrance here. And we'll go from there.